During the harvest, there will be longer days. There will be, so it requires uh, greater commitment. Uh, and I always like to go back and relate the stories that we've had in harvesting during seasons of harvest in the past, because harvest is a lot of work, but harvest was always a time of rejoicing, because all all of the labor of prayer and fasting, the work, of digging up the soil, of pulling up roots, pulling up the stones out of the soil so you could prepare it for seed, and the watering and the watching over it for pestilence and animals that would come to eat up the seed, the birds of the air to eat up the seed. We have to that season, that's for in the spirit, that's a season of prayer and fasting and being diligent to be in our word and to hear from God. It's the preparation, it's the preparing of us first, the pulling up of things out of us that aren't healthy, that aren't godly, that are iniquitous, that places in us where we are hard and have been unforgiving and where we need healing. Um, it's synonymous. And sometimes it takes longer than we want it to, but it's a part of the harvest. During harvest time, there is less leisure. There's less time to yourself. There, again, there's a lot of labor, but there is great joy as we love people to life. So that it requires great compassion. So we have to remember how Jesus has had so much compassion on us. So we extend that compassion to the people who come. Um, a lot of times, there are times when there are people that we are having to minister to that are irritating. They talk too much. They're babies, they whine. But we have to remember we did the same thing. We did. And we have to extend the compassion that Jesus gave us to them. And there's so much joy in watching them grow and change and receive the word. It's easier, of course, when they receive the ministry that we give them, that the word, the love, the time, the compassion, to watch them grow as we watched our children grow. That same joy comes as we watch people grow, as we watch the seed grow. Um, there is limited license. We must stick to the required methods of harvest. And in harvest time, you can't just do it when you feel like it. Harvest time is a time when you have to be timely. You have to gather the fruit as soon as possible and store it as soon as possible. And you have to, when a person comes to you and they're asking for help, they have questions, they have a need. We cannot procrastinate. We have to take advantage of the moment. That moment may not come again. That fruit could spoil. They may not come back. They may make a bad decision because we weren't willing to give of our time, our talents, our treasure. That we have to be consistent. And a lot of times God will give us specific people. Specific people will be drawn to you. And you will have to be consistent with those people.